Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and welcome to this Hilaal exclusive. My name is Faraz Patel. We'd like to thank you, the viewer, for staying with us on Hilaal TV, TSTV channel 347. Now you might be wondering, why am I not wearing a tie? Why am I not wearing a jacket? Because today we've decided to take it a little bit chilled because we've got a chilled person with us. It's none other than our very own Tariq Chip Moosa. He's come back from the Gravity show in the United Kingdom, and we're going to be having this discussion with him. Tariq, as always, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah so much for making the time for us.
Jazakallah for having me. It's good to be back home. Assalamu alaikum to our viewers. Hope you guys doing well.
You came down with a bit of a flu.
I did.
That means you missed South Africa a lot.
I did.
You missed Moedeens, you missed, you missed the chow.
Echo
wires, all of that. So I could understand the reason why, but let's get to the discussion. How was the 2025 Gravity show?
So to put it into perspective, 2023 was phenomenal. 2024 was a level up on that. 2025 was unreal.
Right.
I say unreal because there was tanks, like
army tanks. Okay.
And to take it a step further, on the drift track, the tank was in the center of the drift track, and you have cars drifting around the army tank with fireworks.
No ways.
That's the level that Gravity 2025 was at, you know? So, amazing show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed by the tanks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture it.
Yeah. I'll show you videos.
No, definitely. So, you were heading into Gravity. I remember we had this discussion. Of course, there's always like fears, but those fears are aligned with the hopes, and you finally get there. When you arrived in England, to see everything going the way that you wanted to go, how did it make you feel at the time?
So at first, I'll be honest with you, I always talk about it. It's super stressful.
Yeah.
One car is stressful. Now imagine 3 items.
Yeah, sure.
So I experienced a bit of challenges. I flew a bit sooner because the guys were so scared to offload the cars.
Sure.
So they refused to offload. They said, me being the owner, I have to offload. So I went a few days sooner so I could make it in time just to offload the container. When I arrived, the 5 Series in the beginning, the air solenoid backed up. And I couldn't get the 5 Series out of the container.
Right.
So now you must know my resources are limited. I'm 2 hours away from the nearest place that could help me because I'm in an industrial area. It was just a total nightmare. Eventually, from 9:30 in the morning up until 7 o'clock in the evening, I managed to get the 5 Series out.
Right.
And then obviously took the cars out over a period of 2 to 3 days. I had to transport the cars. So let me actually tell you how it went.
Sure.
2 hours away from the container yard.
Okay.
The tow truck could only take 1 car at a time. We had 3 items.
Right.
So I had to be in the tow truck, drive for 2 hours, take an hour to offload, drive back another 2 hours, go back another 2 hours, another hour to offload, come back another 2 hours, go another 2 hours, offload for another hour, and then we were done.
So how far were you staying from the actual
from
logistics place?
about an hour and a half.
I mean, that's stressful.
I spent a lot of my time in the tow truck.
Okay.
So tow truck owners, drivers, I know what you feel like.
Right. When you finally got it to the show, first of all, I mean, who did you meet there that you probably haven't met before? Who did you meet there that you, of course, have acquaintances with? Just to, refamiliarize yourself with those very same individuals.
So if you guys remember 2 years ago, I mean, we had a discussion about it off camera.
It's the first time you came here to Hilaal TV.
It's our anniversary, technically.
Yeah, definitely. September. Yeah, definitely.
So the same clique that supported me 2 years ago is the same clique that was at the show, wearing Chicanos t-shirts, holding the flag and celebrating, helping me clean the car. So we formed a special bond.
Right.
But every time I go, I always find I make new friends, and the circle gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right.
And I suppose that's what makes it so fun, 2023 was amazing. Nobody really knew me.
Yeah.
2024, some people knew me. 2025, I got to take a lot more pictures.
Sure.
I gave my autograph out a lot more. And I was shocked because I'd have UK people coming to me and say, hey man, we watch your YouTube. We watch you guys on TV. And can we get your autograph? So that's the impact that this has had on us internationally. So
yeah, when obviously Suhail Barnes went with you last year, he was of course with us here at Hilaal TV.
Yes.
He spoke about the experience.
Yeah.
And he was blown by it, and of course he went with you last year.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the pictures, right? We're going to touch on Costa in the next section, in the next segment, because it's quite important to have that conversation.
100%.
But I just saw a orange Lamborghini there.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's just the one car that caught my eye. But what were some of the other cars that you saw there? But like, wow, I'm blown away by it.
So to be honest with you, what I always say that I love about the overseas car scene is that no car looks the same. And every car is modified.
Right.
I mean, a car that stood out, there was a Rolls Royce on air suspension with custom wheels, with a trailer, towing his twin turbo Lamborghini.
Okay, so let's get this straight. So you've got a Rolls Royce.
A Rolls Royce.
Right.
Trailer. With the twin turbo Lamborghini on the trailer. And that was a set.
Okay.
So in fact, in one of the videos as well, if you guys look on my social media, there's a UK guy that goes and reviews shows.
All right.
And he's talking about the Rolls Royce and the Lamborghini.
Right.
And the next car, he comes to our car and he says he didn't get the trailer memo because this year there's 2 cars with trailers.
Right.
So in essence, we were competing with our little 5 Series, little 2002 little trailer against a Rolls Royce and a Lamborghini.
Right.
So that's the level the cars
I wouldn't call it little. I really do feel that Costa was such a great effort and
emotional.
Again, emotional also, and we're going to touch on that in a bit. Yeah. For South African representation, we are flying the flag high in so many ways. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
How did it feel for you to represent the country and on such a big scale like the Gravity Show?
To be honest with you guys, it's honestly out of this world because being able to be called a custodian of the South African car culture, that's a title on its own. And I'm super grateful for that.
Sure.
And also for me, like I've always mentioned, it's about showing that despite your circumstances, I mean, South Africa on a whole hasn't had it easy. You know, and for us to be able to come and compete and do so well in sport, to be able to do so well in a lot of other areas academically, you know, motoring, car scene. I mean, Sam, one of the spinners, is internationally recognized. So there's a lot of potential in South Africa, and I'm glad to be able to create that legacy for the youngsters sitting at home. And also, of course, for my kids as well. You know, so it's great. It's an amazing feeling.
Tariq, how is the international reaction to South African cars? Because I'm sure they would have a different perception to what we are.
Yeah.
And then obviously when they saw Costa or they've seen your previous cars like Vato, etc., how were their reactions, especially the European nations?
So I'll be honest with you, a lot of respect now.
As per what it was probably before.
Previously, right? And look, Nkabi gained respect. Vato gained respect. But this was just something totally different because again, I'll give you an example. A lot of the conversations were around, are these original BBS wheels? Because the original BBS wheel is a very expensive item and it's a very rare item worldwide. And if you have an original BBS RS wheel on your car, you consider it a boss. We had it on our E34 M5 wagon, we had it on the 222 and the trailer. So that alone was like a wow factor.
And silenced any critic that may have come from there.
100%. Then to take it a step further, the trailers got air ride suspension. We were the only trailer at the show out of hundreds of cars that had that specific combo. I mean, if I compare the Rolls Royce with the twin turbo Lamborghini, they had a normal trailer. We had a trailer on air ride. The color of the trailer, the color of the bed matched the 2002, it matched the M5. So there was a lot of detail. And a lot of people were shocked, and a lot of people, I'm sure, probably started Googling a lot more about South Africa.
Well, hopefully for the good reasons we'd like to think, of course. After the break, I continue my conversation with Tariq Chip Moosa. We're going to be speaking on Costa and just how much emotionally this car meant to him. Do stay tuned. Welcome back to this Hilaal exclusive. I'm still in conversation with Tariq Chip Moosa. I don't like to consider him a guest because he's actually our family at Hilaal TV. So this is actually always an occurrence when there's big events that are happening, which Tariq is attending. We always have him. It's not even a question of how, but it's a question of when. So we're always glad to have him here with us. Tariq, for the viewers who probably don't understand what Costa means to you, just describe it, the emotional part of it, and why this project meant so much to you.
So, yeah, it's a very emotional build for me. I named the E34 wagon after my late brother Costa, who passed away in Ramadan. And he passed away due to a brain aneurysm. May the Almighty grant him Jannatul Firdaus and all marhum. So yeah, so he was very involved in this build. Behind the scenes, I used to speak to him almost on a daily basis. He used to stay in Cape Town. So whenever I have a crazy idea on a car, I'm like, Rudy, what you think of this? You know, and we'd have bounce off ideas. So he was going to accompany me for the show, but he never got to come. So I thought it makes sense to name it after him, and the build itself represents our relationship. I lost my parents at a very young age, so he's been a father figure and he's played his big brother role perfectly. And the trios symbolizes the E34 M5 is him, big, strong, subtle, but power when you need it. The trailer is how he carried me throughout my whole life. Since my parents passed away, obviously. And then the 2002 is me on top, and on top of the trailer, and that's basically what this build is for me, you know. And it was very emotional. The Almighty gives us signs. Throughout the trip, I had a lot of difficulties, challenges. Each car gave me issues, but I made lots of dua, and Allah just gave me the strength to persevere, you know. And I always felt like, if he was here, if my brother was here, what would he be telling me? And he'd be telling me to go on, not to stress, not to stress.
How much did you miss his guidance?
A lot.
In this trip, just to be that calming factor for you.
lot.
You always speak about that part of his character.
A lot. He was a very calm person. He was a very wise person. He was the type of person that doesn't stress. He's a problem solver. You know, so I needed him. But in the same breath, I feel like he was kind of there. And the weirdest part is 2023, 2024, I never noticed those brands of shops. There's a coffee shop called Costa, which is almost at every train station.
Yes, I think I know what you're speaking about.
So I'm like, I take the train, I look up, I see there's Costa. I go buy a coffee because I feel like I'm supporting my brother, you know. Then I saw another shop called Rudy, you know, and his nickname amongst our family was Rudy. So it's like, you know, Allah works in mysterious ways, and that was, in a way, some sort of comfort for me to get through this journey without him.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him Jannatul Firdaus.
Inshallah.
Grant your parents Jannatul Firdaus,
inshallah.
I mean, how proud would he have been for you just to have that award right there?
Super proud. I'm sure he would have cried. I remember his reaction in 2023. He started crying and he walked away from me, not to show me that he cried. And I think he would have been proud.
And there's the award right over there.
Yeah.
So here's a question, right? The skateboard, logistical nightmare. This one here seems much more simpler.
Much better.
Right?
That one.
Heavy?
Heavy.
Right, okay.
But it fitted in my hand luggage.
Okay, so that was the most important thing.
And when I came back, my staff welcomed me at the airport, and they were screaming and going on, because for them it's a big thing as well. I couldn't have done it without them. I couldn't have done it without the sponsors as well. So there was a lot of people that played a part, and obviously the viewers supporting us, you know, on our Friday show with the journey to the UK. So it's a collective effort.
Yeah. You speak of collective effort. How much of it, of your staff within Chicanos, plays a role in making projects like this successful, but also the working environment that you create, where everyone is motivated to want to develop each and every project to the highest level?
I think for them it's a matter of pride, and my values is work ethic, integrity, passion. Yes. And I've introduced a new value, which is accountability.
I love that. Yeah, that's brilliant. And yes.
I try and recruit people with those values. The minute someone doesn't have those values, they're not right for our team. And I think based on that and based on our value system, they feel proud to be part of such projects. I mean, imagine if you were the guy that did the seats, and now your third car that you did for an overseas competition won. That's a level of pride that is, you know.
And what I'm understanding is that Chicanos, that each person there has a speciality which contributes to a vehicle.
100%. 100%. Without them, I wouldn't be able to.
Tariq, when we had you in 2023, Mkabi, it's been a journey, hasn't it?
It has.
How proud are you to have seen this go to a level that you probably didn't think it would come to?
So to be honest with you, I sit back and I think of that youngster that used to play with the small matchbox cars.
Yes.
You know, and then I think of myself in my youth, where I used to install sound in Marabastad on the pavement outside A&S wholesalers. And I had my toolbox and my overall. And I think of when I used to work at Wimpy as a waiter to make extra money. I think back on those moments, and it makes me emotional, because back then I was a youngster that had all those hopes and dreams, and I never knew if it was attainable. I never knew if I'm going to achieve it, you know. And now, many years later, with a lot of hard work, a lot of dua, dua is important, let me tell you.
No, of course.
You can put in the most amount of effort, but ultimately, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
makes a decision.
Makes it happen. You know, and that has been a big factor, you know, and it's amazing. I still feel like I'm dreaming.
But it's not a dream, Tariq. Look at what you become. And you mentioned, you know, doing sound in Marabastad, toolbox overall, being a waiter at Wimpy. These are beautiful stories, because it's a story of rising from, I wouldn't say the bottom, but from areas which you think you didn't have the ability. I have a very similar story, you know, for me to become a broadcaster. And I used to be in my cousin's cell phone shop in Actonville, in Benoni. And, you know, to be on a national TV, for me, it really is an achievement.
No, of course.
And the thing is, these are the stories that I think the youngsters of today, I know it's a very different generation.
It is, totally.
You know, both you and I are born in the 1980s. And, you know, how do we tell the generation of the 2000s that you still have these opportunities and dreams? And
100%.
It is stories like yours that say, come on, it can be done.
It can be done. It can be done. And I think the main thing is, if I can talk to the youngsters, it's not going to happen overnight. You work ethic. Our generation, the generation.
We come from that generation 100%. Of work ethic.
For me to grow up in Lodium, because again, there's peer pressure.
Of course,
You know,
I think in all of the Indian townships, there's 100%. Always that.
But you got to look past that and ask yourself what's important. I want to create a better life for myself. I never came from money. My parents, alhamdulillah, they were working class. They gave us everything they could, but we weren't brand names. We weren't driving a BMW. You understand? So I wanted more, and they taught me the value of hard work, honesty. And that's why I try and incorporate it in my daily life. I try and incorporate it in my business as well. Hard work beats talent.
Any day.
Any day. No doubt. No doubt.
And once you accomplish that, you're able to go ahead and work smarter.
100%.
Which I think is probably the height I think everyone wants to get to.
To give you an idea, I used to work at Fruity Immies in Lodium.
Right.
I used to pack vegetables. You know, and that's where we come from. You know, but we did it because we wanted to come somewhere.
I agree.
You know, and it's sacrifice. You have to sacrifice.
No, definitely.
You must.
Next project, Tariq.
Sure.
I know the last time, you know, you came, I said, what's next? Because it's always the question, what is next? Because you've outdid yourself with Costa. Actually, outdid yourself with Mkabi, the same with Vato. You now did it with Costa. How's the mind working now for that next project? I know you obviously want to take a bit of vacation. What's next?
So to be honest with you, I'll come back to the project part. For now, I want to enjoy the overseas attention on the trio. So for example, I've got a gentleman from Belgium, hosts very big shows in Belgium. He messages me every day. He wants the cars for his show in Belgium, end of September. I had another guy message me for 7th of September, there's another show. So I'm getting all these overseas invites because people have seen these cars trending. It's come from South Africa. Everyone's talking about it worldwide, internationally, because we've built something that hasn't been built before. The only right-hand drive E34 M5 station wagon in the world. You know, replica or tribute to it, you know. So everyone's going crazy. So my next step, inshallah, is I will go back in October. First step is to go to Germany. I've been invited to the Essen Motor Show. 300,000 people in Germany over 10 days. It's one of the most biggest shows ever. So they actually flying me down in October so I can do some PR and talk about South Africa.
Tariq, I have to stop you there because you're at the end. Always a pleasure having you, Tariq. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to take you from strength to strength. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That's Tariq Chip Moosa. And of course, you can catch every Friday evening his show right here on Hilaal TV. From myself, Faraz Patel, the rest of the team in Johannesburg. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.